So I wanted to make a video about the side effects that I personally experienced after taking the second shot of the Moderna vaccine. My sister, myself, and my boyfriend all had it at the same time. And through some articles and research that we found, it seems that women experience the side effects stronger than men do. Although, of course, there are people who don't feel anything at all, whether it's men or women. But one of the things that we found is that the caregiver, the people at the places that are giving the vaccinations warn you that there may be some side effects, but they'll really get into the detail of what to expect. Regardless of what you may experience, it is definitely worth getting the shot, so at least you have some sort of protection. So it's not intended to deter you from getting the vaccine, but rather so that you understand what you may experience and that you know what is normal and what isn't. So I got my vaccine 3 days ago. And on the first night of the day of the vaccine, all I experienced was tenderness in the arm where I received my vaccine. That was within hours until the night. And then I went to sleep. And I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning with excruciating pain everywhere. And the best way to describe it is flu-like symptoms. It was almost as if I had a double or super version of the flu, or I got run over by 2 trucks, not one, but 2. Incredible amount of shivers, very cold. I had 3 blankets on top of me and I was still cold. Every single part of my body hurt, including my feet, my hips, my neck, my head. I had very high fever. I don't know to what number, but going based on the days to follow, I know I had it high enough that some people probably would have considered going to a care facility to look it after. And a level of tiredness that was so extreme that considering getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom seemed almost like a choice, and you consider, do I really need to go or not? So you know that's extreme weakness and pain. So that wasn't described to us. I also experienced nausea, and it took about 16 hours after that for me to have a moment of a break where I felt a little less sick. My temperature after the next morning, I had to call out sick. I couldn't work, I couldn't function. Made it as high as 102.9 from the moment I actually started taking my temperature. And it would fluctuate. It would, eventually around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I started to feel a little bit better. Enough so that I could not feel so much pain. I remember that every single joint hurt. I felt like somebody took a beating in my knees. And these are things and symptoms that people, when they're giving you the vaccination, the doctors are not really describing. They say you'll have some side effects or some mild discomfort, but this was not mild. I honestly didn't think it was going to stop hurting. My sister, I know, experienced a lot of stomach problems. My boyfriend seemed to have had it the easiest of all, but he had a lot of shiver and just feeling weak and tired. So night 2, I slept much better. Went to sleep 9:30, 10 p.m. Woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning with extreme neck pain, like my whole neck and trapezius was really, really painful. And the shoulder of the arm where I got my injection was ultra sore. Like really, it wasn't even a matter of touching it. It was just like, again, the joints and everything else around it was just really hurting. So advice regarding care or how to handle those symptoms is hot and cold, just as if you were someone who has had a physical therapy or any muscle pain or injuries. Obviously, don't leave ice for more than 20 minutes. Don't make the heat so hot that you burn yourself. That's common sense. But the headaches that you get from the high fever, you can control some of that or help yourself with ice. It's not going to get rid of it. It's not going to go away, but it is going to make it slightly more bearable. The joint pain that you may experience, put some heat, whether you have, like I have, the beanies that you can microwave. Put those over your joints or your knees or wherever you may have joint pain to make it bearable. Again, if you're putting it on you, make sure you have a towel or something, because if it's too hot, it may burn you. When it came to food, I didn't have the kind of food that you need for when you're sick. I had to order. So I actually ordered from Whole Foods chicken soup. And I also normally like to have not just water, but vitamin water or something like Gatorade because of the electrolytes. Your body needs as much fluid as you can give it so that it can fight or it can adjust to whatever it's trying to fight. And if you're not feeding it the right stuff, you're making its job harder. And it also will make your headache and your fever just stay longer. So those are the things that no one is really telling you, that perhaps I wish I had somebody tell me. By the time that my sister actually found a video from a gentleman on YouTube who mentioned very similarly, he had different symptoms. He had a lot of disorientation and dizziness. On the first shot, I remember having some dizziness and optical disorientation for about an hour. This person had none of the other symptoms other than extreme dizziness for days. The fact that it can last 3 to 5 days and nobody's it's not telling you what to expect in those 3 to 5 days, I think that's a little challenging in that it helps to know it. So the purpose of me making this is so that if somebody else is looking for it, they know what to expect and that they know how to help themselves. So a lot of fluids. I tried to eat regular food and it just wouldn't really go down. I didn't want to have it. So if you don't have enough food and nourishment, you cannot really help. So that's why I suggest quasi-bland food like chicken soup or broth, crackers. Did that. Pineapple, fresh pineapple fruit, not conserved, not canned, but actual pineapple. There's something in pineapple that helps with headaches, so that I found very helpful, and I remember to buy it, and it definitely helped. And by saying to remain hydrated, it's not, remember that coffee and alcohol dehydrate you. Water helps, but it doesn't have those electrolytes. So coconut water, harmless, is to my own taste the best brand. Coconut water or vitamin water or something like Gatorade. And then until you feel that you're better, you may have problems with your stomach, you may have queasiness, like I said, nausea, and just hang tight until it gets better. It does get better. It feels like it's not. The first night I thought I was gonna die of the pain that I was feeling because it just wouldn't stop. It really, really was bad. But here I am, and I'm gonna try to play tennis later today. So it does get better. Hang on tight, and whatever you're doing, it's definitely a better move than not having any type of protection. So kudos for doing it.